the AULA F99 Pro, Epomaker Galaxy 100, Meticulously A68, Keychron V6, and Keychron K10 Pro are the most popular mechanical keyboards under $100 of 2025, but which is the absolute best? We're going to compare them to each other and score them in various categories, with some categories holding more weight than others. In the end, we'll decide which is the best one based on the final score, and we will declare the absolute winner. Let's dive in. First, we are going to compare them on the build quality category, which has a multiplier of 2. The AULA F99 Pro has a surprisingly hefty and sturdy-feeling ABS plastic case for its price point, though I did notice some significant flex in the deck when I applied pressure, and the plastic itself feels a bit cheap compared to the competition, giving it a 6.9 out of 10. Next up, the Epomaker Galaxy 100 is an absolute tank with its full CNC aluminum case that gives it a premium weight of over 2 kilograms, and the thick PBT keycaps feel incredible, making it feel far more expensive than it is, earning it a 9.3 out of 10. The Meticulously A68 really surprised me with its internals. It features a thick silicone pad between the circuit board and its aluminum plate, a feature usually reserved for high-end custom builds, which results in a solid-feeling board with no annoying rattle, so I'm giving it an 8.2 out of 10. I found the Keychron V6 to have impressive build quality for the money, with a solid plastic case that shows minimal flex thanks to internal insulation, and its high-quality PBT keycaps and screw-in stabilizers prevent any significant key wobble during intense use, landing it an 8.8 out of 10. Finally, the Keychron K10 Pro feels quite durable, with its multi-layered construction that includes sound-absorbing foam inside a tough plastic case and oil-resistant PBT keycaps that should stand the test of time, but it doesn't feel quite as rigid as the V6, earning a 7.5 out of 10. With its full aluminum construction, the Epomaker Galaxy 100 takes the win here with a score of 9.3 because it brings a level of premium build quality that is almost unheard of in this budget category. Next, we're going to compare them on the switch type and feel category, which has a multiplier of 2. The AULA F99 Pro offers a surprisingly premium and quiet typing session for a budget board, thanks to its gasket mount, and 5 layers of sound-dampening foam that make the switches feel buttery smooth. Though I found the keys required just a bit more effort to press than I'd like, I rate it an 8.2 out of 10. The Epomaker Galaxy 100 feels like a custom keyboard right out of the box, delivering a deeply satisfying and thocky sound with its Fecker marble white linear switches and solid aluminum construction, which honestly needed no modifications for me at all to feel fantastic. This one gets a 9.0 out of 10. With its Kale magnetic switches, the Meticulously A68 is insanely responsive, capturing every input with zero lag, but the unlubed stems create a higher-pitched, plasticky clack that I know won't be for everyone, even if the pre-lubed stabilizers on the larger keys feel great. It earns a 7.5 out of 10. Typing on the Keychron V6 is an absolute dream. The pre-lubed K-Pro switches give it a slick, bouncy feel that remains incredibly comfortable and precise even after hours of use. And while it doesn't have fancy magnetic switches like the Meticulously, the pure mechanical satisfaction here is just on another level. This is a 9.4 out of 10. Finally, the Keychron K10 Pro provides a solid and stable typing experience with its durable PBT keycaps, an internal sound-absorbing foam that tones down the switch noise, but it just doesn't have that special character or exceptionally smooth feel that makes the V6 stand out. I give it a 7.9 out of 10. The Keychron V6 takes the win here with 9.4 points because it's bouncy, comfortable, and incredibly satisfying typing feel is simply the best traditional mechanical experience I've had in this price range. Next, we are going to compare them on the key rollover and anti-ghosting category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The AULA F99 Pro promises N-key rollover, and for the most part, it delivers, ensuring that my keystrokes were accurately registered during fast typing, though in the most chaotic gaming moments, it felt more like a very reliable 6-key rollover, which is still impressive, but just a step behind perfect. I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. With the Epomaker Galaxy 100, I had complete confidence that every press would register thanks to its full N-key rollover support, which performed flawlessly whether I was spamming abilities or just typing at full speed, offering a very solid and dependable experience without any dropped inputs. This one gets an 8.8 out of 10. The Meticulously's A68 is on another level entirely, combining its full N-key rollover with an esports grade chip that provides a blistering fast 0.1 millisecond response time and an 8 kilohertz polling rate, which made it feel like my inputs were happening before I even finished the keystroke. It earns a 9.5 out of 10. I found that the Keychron V6 does support N-key rollover, but what's interesting is that it ships in a 6-key rollover mode by default, so I had to press a function key combination to unlock its full potential, a minor but noteworthy extra step to get the performance I expected. For that, it gets an 8.2 out of 10. Finally, the Keychron K10 Pro gave me total peace of mind by offering full anti-ghosting and N-key rollover that works perfectly in both wired and wireless modes right out of the box, which is a fantastic feature ensuring top-tier performance no matter how I choose to connect it. I'll score this a 9.0 out of 10. The MCHO's Ace 68 takes the lead here with a 9.5 out of 10, simply because its esports-grade chip delivers an incredibly fast response time of just 0.1 milliseconds, ensuring every single key press registers instantly, which is something you can truly feel. Next, we're going to compare them on the customization and features category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The AULA F99 Pro offers decent hardware flexibility with its hot-swappable PCB that accepts both 3-pin and 5-pin switches, and I found the rotary knob quite useful for the quick volume and lighting changes. However, I was pretty disappointed that its customization software is exclusive to the Windows operating system, which is a major letdown for anyone on a Mac, so it gets a 7.2 out of 10. Next up, the EpoMaker Galaxy 100 is a big step up because it fully supports QMK and VIA, which gave me endless possibilities for remapping keys and creating macros. The huge catch, though, is that this powerful software only works when the keyboard is in wired mode, which really limits its wireless potential and is a strange drawback for an otherwise versatile board, earning it an 8.0 out of 10. I found that the MTHO's Ace 68 is clearly built for competitive gamers, focusing almost entirely on its innovative Hall effect magnetic switches rather than broad customization features. While those switches are fantastic for performance, the board lacks the deep software remapping and macro capabilities found in its competitors here, which left me wanting more control over my layout, giving it a 6.5 out of 10. The Keychron V6, on the other hand, is an absolute dream for anyone who loves to tinker, giving me full power through QMK and VIA firmware that I could access through an incredibly convenient web-based launcher, meaning I could program my board on any computer without installing a single thing. It also comes with extra keycaps and a physical switch to toggle between macOS and Windows layouts, making it unbelievably versatile right out of the box for a score of 9.3 out of 10. Finally, the Keychron K10 Pro also brings that fantastic QMK and VIA compatibility, allowing for deep digital customization of lighting and macros. And it even includes the necessary tools and extra keycaps to swap between operating systems. While its software is just as powerful as its cousin, the V6, it just misses the mark by not having that super accessible web-based launcher, which is why it scores an 8.7 out of 10. With its unparalleled combination of open-source QMK firmware and a hassle-free web launcher that works on any system, the Keychron V6 easily takes the win in this category with its score of 9.3. Finally, we are going to compare them on the value for money category, which has a multiplier of 3x. The IULA F99 Pro has been a joy to use, offering a feature set that punches way above its price with a massive 8,000 mAh battery, tri-mode connectivity, and a satisfyingly quiet typing experience thanks to its gasket mount and 5 layers of sound dampening, although the lack of shine-through on the keycaps makes the otherwise bright RGB lighting less useful in the dark, earning it a 9.2 out of 10. Next up, the EpoMaker Galaxy 100 feels incredibly premium with its full CNC aluminum alloy body that gives it a solid, hefty feel at 2 kilograms and a pleasingly deep sound signature you would expect from a much more expensive custom board, but the lack of adjustable tilt legs means you are stuck with its fixed typing angle, which lands at an 8.5 out of 10. The MCO's A68 is an absolute performance beast for gamers, delivering an insane 8K polling rate and magnetic switches for instant lag-free inputs that feel like you are getting a competitive edge. However, the stock switches have a noticeably higher-pitched, clacky sound that might require some lubing for those who prefer a quieter setup, which gives it an 8.8 out of 10. I found the Keychron V6 to be an amazing entry point into customizable keyboards, providing excellent build quality with durable double-shot PBT keycaps and full QMK and VA support for remapping keys, which is fantastic for under $100. But being a wired-only keyboard feels like a major trade-off when others here offer wireless freedom, so it gets a 7.9 out of 10. Finally, the Keychron K10 Pro is a reliable workhorse with a full-size layout that is great for productivity, and it feels solidly built with sound-absorbing foam inside, though the standard model comes with ABS keycaps that feel a bit slippery and less durable compared to the PBT caps on the V6 or AULA F99 Pro, giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Ultimately, the IULA F99 Pro takes the win in this category with a score of 9.2 out of 10 because it delivers an unmatched combination of premium features like tri-mode wireless, a huge battery, and a high-quality typing feel for an incredibly affordable price. The results of our comparison show each product shines in its own way, but the EpoMaker Galaxy 100 stands out with its score of 87.3. From its stunning build quality, characterized by the full CNC aluminum case, to the deeply satisfying tactile feel of its Fecker marble white linear switches, it offers an experience akin to a high-end custom keyboard. The versatility brought by QMK and VIA support, despite being limited to wired use, adds a level of customization often unseen in this price range. This keyboard is not just an excellent option beneath the $100 mark, but also a glimpse into premium mechanical performance. As for the other contenders, each brought something unique to the table. The Keychron V6 followed closely with 86.35, thanks to its bouncy, satisfying typing feel and outstanding customization capabilities. Although it lacks wireless connectivity, the MCHO's Ace 68 impressed with its blistering response time, scoring an 81.8, making it a great choice for gamers. The OLED F99 Pro provided fantastic value for money with a score of 81.35, delivering high-end features within a budget-friendly package. Lastly, the Keychron K10 Pro, with a solid 79.85, proved to be a reliable workhorse, perfect for productivity, despite its lesser rigidity compared to others. Each keyboard in this lineup has won its specific strengths, offering something for everyone.